I ain't scared of no mosquito. Where's it at? Whoa! I felt it. What's up, guys? We're back for another video, and behind me we have a taken apart Lexus IS350 F Sport. The reason the Lexus is currently taken apart is because we're about to start wrapping it. We're going to be using a film called Ravoony. I'm not too sure on the quality of it. It might be decent, it might be terrible, it might be good, we don't know. I've looked up reviews on, I think, Amazon and on Google and stuff, and I think I found like one on Reddit that said it was good, another one that said it's like cheap Chinese film rebranded or something. So we're gonna find out. I'm kind of scared of using this film on a brand new car, not because I think it'll damage it or anything, but it's just like, you know, you want to make it worth it for your customers. So I guess right now we'll get to it, and I'll keep you guys updated on it, whether it's good or not. All right, chat, we're live, right?
Yeah.
Super Saiyan 3, how long does it last? I think it's 30 minutes. Maybe there's not even a time limit, but I'm pretty sure it's 30 minutes. It's like when you use a Blue Chew. Like, once you're done, you're a noodle. What happened? He got hit in his head? This is tough.
Was it good?
I haven't tried it.
Try it.
So this is our first sponsor, McDonald's. We're gonna be trying the Shamrock Shake. We're gonna be rating this. What's your guesses? What do you think I would rate this one out of 10?
5 out of 10.
I'll give it like a, I think like a 7.
Oh, okay.
It's not bad.
That's not bad. Above average.
I think I fucked up by getting 2 of them though. Don't ask me why I got 2 of them. And then you put street tailored. Oh, I should have said street tailored shake. Okay, I might need help for a second.
I got you.
So this part right here, you know how I put tape?
Yeah.
So I put tape basically on the edges, and I explained earlier about how it helps with the wrap. So right now, when I was tucking this into this like crevice right here, if I didn't have this tape underneath, it'd be a pain in the ass because it would be like, I mean, I guess it doesn't stick that hard right now, but let's say I put it right here, like instantly it comes up.
Yeah.
But if I had it here, and let's say it was heated up a little bit, and I'm like, oh, I need to put it in here, like I do this, and it's like now I gotta yank on it a little bit, and if it was like a bigger piece, it'd be a pain in the ass. So
Is it just because the way the material of the tape is?
yeah, I think nothing really sticks to it except other tape. We'll get back to that in a little bit. All right, so far, after doing almost half the car, and I'm finishing up the biggest panel on the car right now, I would say this is not that bad. I think, personally, I wouldn't give any vinyl an A+, because I feel like they all have their pros and cons. I would say like the best one's maybe like an A-, and I would say maybe that's KPMF, maybe. But with this one, I would give it like I'd give it a good B-, C+. It still gets a passing score. I would say this is in the same league as like maybe Tech Rap, Hexus, Vinyl Frog, and what's that other one? Tinybot. The finish looks really nice. The finish, I would say, compares to most. The thing I do like about these newer brands is that I feel like their finish is better than 3M and Avery, because those have like a lot of orange peel, and it's just not the nicest finish. Like you can tell it's wrap, and with this you can tell it's wrap too, but the orange peel is nowhere near as bad as some of those other brands. The application itself is not as bad as I thought it was going to be, other than the issues that we had on the door handles. And like the smaller things where you kind of just have to do like, you have to tuck in like sharp angles. Other than that, it's pretty easy to use. I would say maybe post-heat it a little more just to make sure it's not gonna lift back up. So far, the only thing that I really didn't like was when I was wrapping the door handles, but that's it. Like when you have something like a sharp corner like right here and just trying to get it to stick because of the paint issues or like not having that much paint back here. As you can see, like the black, and right here it's white because it's like fully painted. But right here, I'm assuming however they paint it, like they can't reach all the way through. In those sections, it's kind of tough to get it to stick. But other than that, like it's not too bad. If you have a big curve, like on these, I did an inlay right here, so it's not as bad to just tuck it over. On the front ones right here, it kind of like has a little more of an angle to like tuck it in. And even something as simple as this kind of seems like a lot of stretch for the vinyl. So I didn't like how easy it was to just pop back up. So I'd have to heat it up a lot and then press it down for it to like actually stick there. But it's not super big of an issue. Most people might need to use a little bit of adhesive promoter, but so far it's not too bad. So, and then on these bumpers, similar to the FRS bumper that we did in the last video, we would need to do an inlay right here. And usually with any material, you'd need to do an inlay right here just because of how deep it goes. So yeah, so with this vinyl, I would not advise trying to just do everything in one piece. I feel like it doesn't really like to stretch too much. So any section where you kind of have to do a decent amount of stretch, I would just do an inlay. I wouldn't really risk it with this one. I think like Avery Dennison and 3M are a little more forgiving for those things, but this one specifically, I just feel like it doesn't have too much play in it. So I wouldn't attempt to try to do a lot of things in one piece if it just seems like you might need to do multiple. So yeah, right here, we're gonna end up just doing an inlay on both sides, and that looks like everything we need to do for this. so annoying, bruh. So today I found out that Thor doesn't like mosquitoes. All right, chat, leave a comment down below. Do you hate mosquitoes? Or are you like me where they don't f with you because of your blood? Do you ever just want to get revenge and just like bite one back? I ain't scared of no mosquito. Where's it at? All right, so it's been what, like 5 months now?
Yeah, almost.
All right, so it's been 5 months. We finally finished. Even though our last video was like, when this is posted, it'll be about 2 months ago. So, no, everything came out a lot smoother than expected. Didn't have too many issues. The only things, you know, that were kind of annoying were like the corners and edges and stuff a little bit, but not too much. Yeah, so don't ever freeze a Dr. Pepper. But yeah, the install wasn't too bad. You know, there's pros and cons to this vinyl, just like any other vinyl. But overall, I would recommend it if they had a color that you like and you weren't thinking of maybe keeping it for like 5 years on the car. I don't know exactly how well the long term is, but the way that the install was and the way like the install just felt, it seems very similar to all these other vinyls that usually fade within like a year or two, at least in Arizona. Other places it might last longer. But yeah, it's not bad. But yeah, after action-packed last day of running from mosquitoes and cleaning the car, here it is. Insert B-roll here. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And that's it. All right, guys. So now that we're done with pretty much the whole car and I have a pretty good feel for the vinyl and how it works and, you know, how it feels and stuff, I'll give some pros and cons. The pros are it does have less orange peel than other wraps. It's not completely gone and it still has some, but it's better than other vinyls. So that's a plus. There's better color selection, so another plus in the visual. The vinyl has good air release. You don't really have to worry about bubbles being like stuck underneath and you have to pull the whole wrap up again. Like it's pretty good on that. Unless you have a huge bubble with any vinyl, you're probably gonna have to peel it up and start over. But for the most part, air release is good. The finish of the wrap also doesn't fade with stretch, which some of the cheaper vinyls tend to do. So I was impressed with this one, how it kept its color for the most part. Unless you stretch it like really bad, it's gonna still look pretty good. So some of the cons are that it's very tacky, so that means the adhesive is really sticky, which makes the install a little harder. And it's also thicker, so that means it's harder to soften up the vinyl and stretch it without heat. So you need more heat to just be able to manipulate it, and you also need more heat to be able to get the corners and stuff to stay down. So it's a little bit of a harder install, but it's still very doable if, you know, you actually try your best to make it a good install. But yeah, I mean, final thoughts on the vinyl. I had very low expectations at first because I didn't see very many reviews. The price point was kind of low and there just wasn't much info on it, so I was a little skeptical about it, but I was very impressed. There's nothing really bad about it. The only thing that I could think of that might be bad is in the future if it fades really quickly, but like I said, we wouldn't really know until later on. But if you want a wrap that you're only going to keep on your car for like a year, then I don't really see any cons even if it were to fade fast. It's cheaper than other brands. It's harder to install, so you might want to buy more wrap just in case. But other than that, everything's pretty good. The only things I can think of is like it's just a little harder to install. That's pretty much it. So yeah, I mean you can definitely feel that it's a cheaper wrap when you're installing it. But I mean if you try your best to make it a good install, it won't really make too much of a difference from this wrap and then getting like a more expensive one. So if they have a certain color that other brands don't have that you really want and you really like the finish of it, I think you should go ahead and go for it. There's not really too many cons other than it being a little more difficult. So if you don't have patience, maybe stay away from this because you need patience in general with wrap. But if it's an even harder to install brand, then you're gonna need a whole lot more patience. So yeah, that's all I got, I guess.